RndmG here. I've been watching this Draw Muhammad Day thing unfold since the beginning. I've been watching this back and forth bantering as if two children were fighting over some, I don't know, some toy or something. I honestly believe that Thunderfoot has gone too far with the videos that he's been making. I'm losing a lot of respect for him. Before this, I had respected him as one of the most intelligent and courageous people on YouTube because he would normally argue against what the majority would think, things that are usually very controversial, and he would argue his point very well. He'd back it up with an actual bibliography of research. Unfortunately, nowadays the videos that he seems to be uploading are very hypocritical. They're not reports. They have little to zero informational value in them whatsoever. They are simply taunting. These videos are simply taunting Islam extremists. It's not going to end well. The only way that they will learn, and the only way that anybody will learn, is through discussion. If everybody keeps saying that these people cannot be reasoned with, I want to make sure that what I say here is nothing that I'm going to regret saying. I feel like if people really, truly cannot be reasoned with through verbal communication, through diplomatic reasoning, and through just reaching an agreement on something, then those people keep them separate, segregate them. In a means of defense, segregate them. This obviously hasn't gotten to a point where anybody specifically on YouTube is in danger yet. Threats have been made, and it's really unfortunate that it's even gotten this far, but I don't want it to turn into something where people are getting hurt over this. Thunderfoot, all you're doing is fueling their fire. You're not teaching lessons. You're not motivating. You're not persuading. You are spreading hatred. You are being very judgmental, and you are making a situation worse. Honestly, if they cannot be reasoned with, then leave them alone. They weren't negatively affecting you in any way. They have the right to protest what they feel they want to protest. If their protests are justified, then the consequences of their protest would be just. I mean, that's ideally, I know that's not how everything always works, but ideally that is how the American justice system works, and that's how this is going to work as well. Whatever goes on overseas right now is not our concern. As far as Viacom and South Park and Family Guy and all these other uh, courageous yet crass forms of entertainment go, um, that's here in America. That's we'll deal with it how we're supposed to deal with it, and that is to settle things diplomatically, to come to an agreement, to find a perfect balance between free speech and indecency and obscenity. Um, it's obvious that this offends somebody, and I feel like free speech does not necessarily mean having the right to say something that pisses people off. Um, Freedom isn't free, and every freedom that we have through our Constitution and through the Bill of Rights especially has its small print. You can't run around saying whatever you want to say. You can't run around doing whatever you want to do unless you accept the consequences. That is where the freedom is. You have the freedom to do whatever you want to do in the United States as long as you are willing to pay the price for it. And unfortunately, Thunderfoot, you are encroaching on their free speech. You are challenging someone who Seems as though they are willing to meet your challenge and may do something that ultimately the YouTube community is going to regret. Uh, I ask you to step back, think about what you're doing. I ask the Muslims to step back and think about what they're doing. Here's your chance to set yourself above them and to be the first to step back and say, you know what, this has gone too far. I actually expect Thunderfoot, I hope you're watching this, actually expect Thunderfoot to be the first, hopefully not the only, but at least the first to step back and admit some immaturity in this event, and hopefully the Muslims that you've offended will follow. Don't fuel the fire, man. Just let the world rotate as it should.